Now to study how to find roots by using completing the square method. So far we have studied two methods. One is by factorization or splitting the middle term, and second one is to find the roots by quadratic formula. Now there is one more method to find the roots, that is completing the square method. Now what happens, sometimes suppose x square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. This equation is given and find the roots. Suppose you are asked. Now by splitting middle term, multiplication 1, addition minus 4. So multiplication 1 and addition minus 4, you will not get this pair, isn't it? It is not possible to find the roots of the equation by factorization method. So here we have to use that completing square method. Now let us see how the roots of this equation are obtained by using the completing the square method. X square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Suppose this equation is there, isn't it? Okay. Now completing the square method. Now suppose you have x square plus 4x plus 4. This algebraic expression is there. You can write it as x plus 2 whole square. See, expand x square 2 into a into b, 2 into x to x, 2x into 2, 4x plus 2 square 4. So if x square plus 4x plus 4 is there, you can write x plus 4 2 whole square. But if x plus 4 plus 3, x square plus 4x plus 3 is there, you cannot write it. You cannot write this in the form a plus b whole square. So completing the square method means the given expression you should be able to write in the form a plus b whole square. Now for that purpose, what is done here first? Always you transfer the constant term to the right hand side. See, x square minus 4x should be equal to minus 1. In first step, C, always equation will be in the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Transfer C to right hand side. Now for whole square, just now I have told you x square plus 4x plus 4. This is x plus 2 whole square. For the given expression to be whole square, there must be 3 terms, isn't it? Now here there are only 2 terms. So to convert this left hand side into whole square now, we have to add here one more term. Now how to decide that one more term? That third term, that is known as, this is first, this is second. Now third term we have to add here so that it will be in the form a plus b whole square. So how that third term is obtained? For that, there is one formula. Third term is equal to half into middle term whole square. So it is half into middle term means coefficient of x. You are not supposed to consider the sign. Also, what is middle term now? 4 whole square. Sorry, half into 4, it is whole square. So half into 4 means 2, isn't it? And 2 square is 4. So this 4 now, we have to add here to make it a perfect square. Means a plus b whole square. In that form to convert, we have to add plus 4 here. So x square minus 4x plus 4 should be equal to minus 4. Now once you have added this 4 to left hand side, we have to also add it to right hand side to maintain the equality. Okay. Now this is in the form x whole square. It is square of whom? X. This minus sign put here. This third term 4 is square of 2. Isn't it? So x minus 2 whole square. See, you expand this, you will get this. X square 2 to the 4 into x 4x plus 2 square 4 is equal to 3. Now x minus 2 whole square is equal to 3. We want to obtain, yeah. So now you remove this square. Now calculation part. Our main work is over. So x minus 2 is equal to, when you remove square, you have to apply plus or minus root 3. Now what is the meaning of this? X minus 2 is equal to root 3 or x minus 2 is equal to minus root 3. And therefore, x is equal to, now minus 2 will go there. So root 3 plus 2 or x is equal to minus root 3 minus 2. And therefore, roots are root 3 comma, root 3 plus 2 comma minus root 3 minus 2. See, this is root 3 plus 2 separate. You should not write this like this, root 3 plus 2. This will be wrong. Okay? So, this is how completing square method is used to find the roots. I shall give you one more example now. Second example. Again, x square plus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. So, by same method, using completing the square method. So, in first step, what we have to do? Transfer c to right hand side. So, x square plus 5x should be equal to 0 plus 2 is 2. Now, here we have to add a third term so that the left hand side will be in the form a plus b whole square. So, what is our formula? That is half into middle term whole square to calculate the third term. So, half into what is middle term? 5 whole square. So, 1 upon 2 into 5 means 1 into 5, that is 5 by 2 whole square, that is 25 upon 4. So, this 25 upon 4 now we have to add to the both sides. So, x square plus 5x plus 25 by 4 is equal to 2 plus 25 upon 4. Now, you can write this is in the form of a plus b whole square. This is square of whom? X plus this is square of whom? 5 by 2 whole square. We expand identity, you will get this term. Okay? Is equal to, now for here there is no denominator. So, 4 to the a plus 25 whole upon 4. So, x plus 5 by 2 whole square is equal to, now 25 plus a should be how much? 33 upon 4. Now, it is in the form of a plus b whole square is equal to 33 upon 4. Now, remove square, apply square root. Therefore, x plus 5 by 2 is equal to plus or minus root of 33 upon 4. And therefore, x plus 5 by 2 is equal to square root of 4 you can write, but root 32 we don't know. So, it is root 33 upon 2 or x plus 5 by 2 is equal to minus root 33 upon 2, isn't it? Now see, x, listen here, x plus 5 by 2 is equal to root 33 upon 2. So what we write? X is equal to how much? Root 33 upon 2 minus 5 by 2. So denominator same. So whole upon 2 and root 33 minus y. So now here upon 2, let us straightway we can write x is equal to root of 33 minus 5 whole upon 2 or x is equal to minus root 33, this plus 5 will be minus 5 whole upon 2. And then we have to write roots are root 33 minus 5 upon 2, comma, minus root 33 minus 5 whole upon 2. Okay? So this is how completing the square method is used.